Hi, welcome back. We are at the third outline of Section 1 Research Methodology, Paradigms, Philosophical Review in Chapter 2 Implementation and Approaches to Research. In this outline, we're going to visualize and discuss the meaning of a qualitative or interpretivist research methodology. Let's go ahead and explore the following example. In the previous outline, we have seen the traffic problem and we were able to investigate possible hypothetical claims that causing the traffic problem using quantitative research paradigms. Now, I would assume that there is a new hypothetical or claim that there is actually a class or group from a certain community or society are actually the main cause of traffic on this road. Well, this could be quite a bit fictional on its nature as a claim, but just for illustrative purpose. How would you approach the research in this case? Well, using quantitative research methodology or paradigm, it's possible, of course, but let me share with you alternative way. Now, if I would have to assume this circle here that contains 5 groups, A, B, C, D, and E. And each one of these groups actually represent the possible group or class of people who are using this particular road. So what is the claim saying here? For example, that group D, in this case, the class or group D of people or of specific community, are the actual cause of traffic. So if I take this group D and I zoom it out here, group D, it looks like this on its own. There are members of this community. You as a researcher, how would you approach the problem? Where you should start from? Imagine if you come up with an idea that to plant yourself to become sort of a member of this group and starting to observe the way this group of people or class of people are using the road. Take your observation and try to come to a certain conclusion whether to fail to reject or reject this hypothetical claim that this group D, the actual cause of traffic to occur. This visual presentation showing you how the researcher involves so much with the subject of the research to observe and to get close as much as possible to live the experience with the subject and to try to reach out to answer the research question. So to this end, you could see that this kind of paradigm is completely subjective in their principle. Available method to implement such a paradigm, including, for example, ethnography approach, and that is a kind of a descriptive study of a particular human society, as we have seen in the previous example, by investigating specific class or group of people. You could use participant observation or a focus group or depth interview. Each one of them, it shows you how much the researcher to get so much close to the subject of the research, which is quite opposite to what we have seen in a quantitative approach. Some of the characteristic goes for the researcher himself to have this meaningfulness of experience by living the experience, by being member of the society that is the discussion of the research. Also, you could see that the subject of the research and the researcher himself get fully involved. But there are some limitations, perhaps you might think about them. The first of all, the collection of the data, the analysis, the interpretation. It's really lengthy process. And it takes sometimes years to really engage, to become a member, to gain the trust, to live the experience. Also, the subject of the study of the research can be affected by the researcher presents. In other words, when the subject come to realize the functionality of the researcher, you cannot guarantee the reaction of the subject. We're going to perhaps explore that in following examples, especially when we reach out to the lab. Reliability issue of the data can be significant concern. The quality and the experience, the transparency of the researcher, it's another crucial fact that to find out that kind of a good quality researcher will really understand the consequence of each steps that he or she is planning to take in order to reach out to the conclusion of such a research. next to see graphical presentation on a difference between quantitative and qualitative research paradigm. See you then.